Understanding the factors that affect the spatial variation of temperature across the globe is critical to making accurate predictions of future temperature change. We will be coming back to the ideas presented in this section again and again in this class. Make sure you really understand the material that we've covered today. So far, we have focused our investigation on what causes the spatial variation of temperature across the globe. You might be wondering, with so much spatial variation in temperature, how do scientists determine a global temperature? This graph shows how global temperatures have changed from 1880 to 2010. The graph shows temperature anomalies. A temperature anomaly is how different the temperature is from some mean. So if the anomaly is 0, there is no difference between the temperature and the anomaly. If the anomaly is positive, then the temperature is warmer than normal. The 4 different plots shown here are based on results from 4 different research groups. All 4 plots show increasing anomalies beginning about 1900 and positive anomalies since 1950. In this next section, we will briefly explore how these plots were made. To make a graph showing how global temperatures changed over time, we need to somehow use the thousands to millions of measurements of temperature from all over the world to estimate a single temperature for the entire globe. Scientists face many challenges in trying to do this. Think about Phil Jones, the scientist with the office that's even messier than mine in the thin ice video. What were some of the challenges he faced? The biggest hurdles included determining or making corrections for using different devices to measure temperature. There are many ways temperature can be measured, and they're not always the same even in the same place. Different instruments can be more or less accurate and more or less precise. Some regions have many records, others far fewer. For example, if we look at the Arctic, there are far fewer weather stations than if we looked in, say, the Greater Toronto area. Then we have the problem of the urban heat island effect. If we go back to 1880, much of Canada was rural. As urbanization has increased, temperatures have increased partly from the urban heat island effect. How do we remove the effects of urban heat island effect to just see the effects of rising, or to see how temperature has changed? Scientists have considered all of these issues to develop an estimate of global temperature. At least 5 different research groups have worked independently to develop methodologies to estimate global temperatures. The steps outlined in the next couple of slides give a general idea of how scientists estimate the temperature of the world.